Hey guys, my name is Kyle Watson. I'm the head jiu-jitsu instructor at Matt Hughes' gym, the Hit Squad, and I'm also on the upcoming season of The Ultimate Fighter, season 12. And with me here is Andy Main from New Jersey, and he's also a fellow contestant on The Ultimate Fighter, season 12. He's going to help me demonstrate a move today. It's part of a 3-part series I usually teach. It's very basic. Here at the gym, I really like to teach my guys moves that are not only basic, but high percentage moves, ones that aren't too fancy, ones that really work. So we're going to start off from the side control position today, and I want to transition into the north-south position and finish with the Kimura. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to have Andy here. I'm going to be on this side. I'm going to show you the proper positioning I like to set this up with. One, I like to block the hip with my knee, okay? I have my knee right here so that he can't shrimp away and get back inside and re-guard. The other thing is I'm going to have the far side underhook here, okay? And what's very important is I want to have this hand to my ear, okay? That's controlling this arm, because if I don't, and I just have it kind of loose, Andy's going to be able to frame here, okay? And I don't want him to be able to do that. I want to control this arm. It's going to allow me to lift him and get to the position I want. Also, I want to be ready for, in case he does transition that arm across the front of my head, I'm ready right away to transition so I can go for an Americana, okay? So it serves a couple purposes, okay? Now, typically the guy kind of feels that he's in trouble, so he's usually going to have his hand blocking the hip here, okay? And I want to be able to get him on his side, and I want to transition my leg over, so I don't want this hand blocking me. And to make it a little bit smoother transition, usually I like to post this leg out so it's ready to step over. And I'm not saying every time the guy's always going to have his hand here, but it's very common, very likely, okay, when the guy starts blocking. So I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to shoot down and control the wrist. In a very smooth motion, I'm going to force the wrist down to the floor and step right across the crease of his elbow with that same side leg. Now, when I'm ready to transition to the north-south position, what I do is I position my forearm across the blade of his jaw so that I can turn him a little bit. And when I move, I'm going to switch from this leg to the other leg. So from back to here, around this position, watch carefully. I'm going to switch from this leg, I'm going to cross over the other leg, remove this one, and now it goes back to the original posted position. I frame his jaw so he turns towards me, and what I want to do is I don't want to lift at the shoulder, I want to lift at the elbow, because that's what's going to turn him on his side. So as I push the jaw down and lift at the elbow, I step over and I pinch my thighs tight. For good measure, I usually will take the arm that is on the underhook and I'll take it to the floor. If I don't do that, a lot of times guys will go belly down and try to go for a single leg here, and they'll be able to bring their knees up and get out of the position. I don't want that to happen, so I throw my arm to the ground. Now if he tries to turn over belly down, it keeps him from transitioning into the position, okay? Now from here, once I feel like he's not struggling any longer, I'm going to bring this back up, switch arms, I'm going to relace this one in, draw this one back, and then I go his wrist, my wrist. Now, the guy is going to try to control either between his legs, or he might even try to grab his own hand here to protect himself, okay? He's not just going to leave it free and open for me to submit, so I'm going to have to battle him here, but I'm in a great position. I take my time, but what I want to do is I want to keep my legs pinched so that he can't go flat to his back and he can't go belly down. The thing is, when I pull up, the guy is going to resist vertically, but what he doesn't do is he doesn't resist horizontally. So I want to trick him into thinking that he needs to resist vertically. So what I do is I pull up hard twice. I go up, and then away. And then I take the arm behind the back, okay? And this is very common in the gi. You see the guy grab his belt, or he'll grab his shorts, and that makes this move even easier. I make him resist downward by pulling up. I go up, away. And then I take it slowly behind his back and finish the lock. Don't fall and bend over. I keep my upper torso straight and I just turn him. So I pinch it to me, I lock, I have my wrist, his wrist, my wrist. I bring it behind his back. I rotate my torso and then I finish behind the back, okay? Now let's go ahead from the beginning. I'm in the position again. Guys, I have the underhook. My knee is next to his hip. I have this behind my ear. I have my leg posted. As soon as I feel him blocking my hip, I go to the wrist, force it down, cross it with my leg. Now I bring my arm over, control the jaw again, and now I'm going to switch legs over the top and post. I drive his face down, lift the elbow, transition over, pinch the knees. I go to the floor to keep him from bellying down. Once I feel like he's done struggling, I pinch, come back with the other arm, his wrist, my wrist. When he defends by grabbing the belt line or in between his legs, I go up, away. and then I take it behind his back. Now, one last time, fast. I have the position, my knees against his hip. I'm controlling. Force the wrist down and go across. Transition. Frame the head. Transition over. Stop him from going belly down. Switch. Up, up, away, and finish. Okay, guys, that was the transition from the cross side to the north-south Kimura. And remember, guys, like I said, it's a three-part series. There's always going to be counters to certain moves, and there are things that he can do to get out of that, but we're just going to push him into another submission. Whenever he counters, we have a couple other options, and those will be the upcoming parts. I'll show you guys soon. Thanks.